laughs our style. From heart to heart, from me to you, chat hour sparks a brighter view. Voices connect, ideas ignite. Ignite. Clap your hands now, feel the light. Together we grow, together we dream. Chat hour, yeah, we're one big team. From every corner, every land, side by side, hand in hand, the world's a circle we complete. In chat hour, we find our beat. Voices connect, ideas ignite. Ignite. Raise them high, now hearts take flight. Together we grow, together we dream. Chat hour, yeah, we're one big team. We're one big team. Yeah, we're one big team.
Oh! Konnichiwa minasan and hello everyone. So today I will be introducing the episode for my chat hour, and this is the last episode for all of the chat hours. So as for my chat hour title or videos or content, I will be doing the Japanese innovation hunt. So Japanese innovation hunt, I think it speaks for itself, where I will be finding a few of Japanese innovations in Japan, and I have found a few actually. So throughout our stay here in Japan, our bus is here. I'll be right back. So that was not our bus. I got freaked out by nothing. Anyways, as I was saying, so for the Japanese innovation hunt, throughout our stay I have recorded a few things and also took pictures of a few of the innovation. And in my episode, I will also be sharing my Japanese friends' ideas on Japanese innovation hunt, because I have asked them. Sorry, as I was saying, I asked two of my Japanese friends on their favorite Japanese innovation in Japan, and I will also be including that in this video as well. Can't record their faces or their voices, but I have their email and also their text messages. So how do I relate it with the English language? Well, first of all, we use English to describe the Japanese innovation hunt. We, why did I say we? Aini, come here! Aini, come here! I have a special guest. This is my special guest. Her name is Aini. Hello! Yeah, she'll be doing the challenge with me. Yeah, it's not the challenge, it's just finding it. It's quite loud here, I'm really sorry. So yeah, Aini, do you want to say a few words?
Yeah, hello everyone. Konnichiwa, ohayo gozaimasu. So today, I'm going to be the guest for Erika's episode.
Yay!
We're going to talk about the innovations in Japan, which there are so many innovations, but you have to choose like the one that we really feel is prominent.
Yeah, it's like really interesting and
Yeah.
what's different from Malaysia. So yeah, stay tuned and stay healthy. Bye!
Hello everyone. So today I'm going to talk about one of the innovation in Japan. So one of the most prominent things that I saw in Japan versus Malaysia is that the size of their cars. As you can see, their cars is a bit smaller than Malaysia's car. I'm always wondering why their cars are a bit smaller than our cars. And as you can see, their cars, they are not pointy, they are more rounded. So what is the reason between all of those innovations? So I have asked one of our key person in this Japan's field trip, who is Miss Noriko. She is from Japan, so she knows what is the reason behind of this innovation. Number first, Japanese car is smaller because in Japan the road is a bit small. So in order for them to fit the cars in the road, they have to make the car more smaller. So as you can see, even the lorry here, sometimes it is just the size of the van in Malaysia. That is how it is very tiny and very cute. And then as you can see, their cars are a bit rounded, not pointy enough. So I am just wondering why it is designed as it is. Miss Noriko said here the car is being designed in that way is because they want to make the wind resistance issue easier. I mean, like in Japan there is a wind resistant issue, so maybe if the car is a bit pointy and then when the wind comes and the car can just blew away. But right now, no more. When they are designing the car with more rounded edge, it means that when the wind comes, so the car wouldn't be thrown away or flew away. So that is how their innovation happens in Japan. So as you can see, Japanese people, they always think about the reason of their own designs so that it can benefit their own people. Maybe this is something that we as a Malaysian need to learn from the Japanese people, so that when we come back to Malaysia, when we are in Malaysia, any issue that happens in our country, we will always try to critically think how to solve the issue, solve the problem. Okay, so that's all from today. That's all from me. Bye. Thank you.
Hi chat hour! So for this part of the video, it is going to be a little bit different than the rest of the video. This is because I am filming this at a different location and I am going to tell you more about the Japanese innovations that I have found, okay? But there's a twist to this video. I actually got these informations from both of my Japanese friends. Shout out to Ichika and also Amane for helping me out on telling me their favorite innovations in Japan. So without further ado, let's dive into what are Ichika and also Amane's favorite Japanese innovation. Okay, wait. Before that, I want to inform all of you that actually before I flew to Japan, I emailed both Amane and also Ichika regarding these Japanese innovation, like what their favorite Japanese innovations are and like why they like it. And when I reached at Utsunomiya University, I interviewed them even more. I want to know like more elaborately about why they like it, and they have shown me different types of innovation. So yeah, first of all, I am going to tell you about Amane's favorite innovation. Okay, so for Amane's favorite innovation is the Otohime toilet. So Otohime toilets is actually a device that plays sounds while using the toilet to prevent others from hearing it. It's actually pretty interesting. I've tried it myself in Japan, and there are a lot of places that have installed this Otohime toilet. It's actually like playing a music while you are doing your business in the toilet. So the music that it plays is usually the sound of like water flowing, like a river water flowing. So that's how it sounds like. And I'm going to insert the innovation right here. Yeah, so basically you press the button of the music logo, and then you can hear the sound of the flushing water. So yeah, that is Amane's favorite Japanese innovation. I think it's also my favorite innovation. Yeah, because I really like it. It gives you some sort of like privacy when you're doing your business in the toilet. Right, moving on to the second innovation. Okay, so for Amane's second favorite innovation is the bath reheating function. So this device is actually to reheat the bath to the perfect temperature, and Japan has actually a culture of like bathing. They like to bath in like a very warm temperature, especially during the winter. And this bath water, it cools quickly during the winter. So for this device, it helps them to enjoy a warm bath. So here is the picture. As you can see, it has like a lot of like buttons that you can press on, and this is the one that Amani has shown me the other day, and she really loves this feature since it helps her to enjoy her bath. For the third innovation that I'm going to introduce you is the ticket machine. So this ticket machine actually is similar to ours in Malaysia. It's just that it has the same function, but like in Japan, it is mainly used as a meal ticket machines commonly found in a restaurant. So in Malaysia, we usually see this ticket machine for parking, or if you want to pay for your own meal, like let's say that you're going to KFC and you want to pay for your own meal, you can just order it at that machine, the device, and after you pay for it, you wait for your order, and after you eat, you can leave. It is the same thing found in Japan. It's just that I see it quite often at ramen shops, because when customer because customer pay when purchasing the meal tickets, and there is like no need for final payment after eating. So after they paid earlier, they wait for their order, they can just simply leave after the meal is finished. So this is Amani's third favorite innovation in Japan. I think you have to wait. Yeah. Language? Yeah. Okay. The barcode, this one, you scan here. No hand.
2名様でよろしいですか。今お席ご用意しますのでちょっとだけお待ちください。
Moving on to Amane's fourth and last favorite innovation in Japan, it is called the train departure melody. The train departure melody is actually used differently for each stations in Japan. In different region, it has its own melody. Like, it's a wow factor to me when I found out about that, because we don't have that in Malaysia, and apparently in every region it has its own song, which is like, that is so different. So I didn't notice it when I arrived in Japan. I only noticed it after she introduced it to me. And actually, this makes it easy for the commuters to identify which train on which platform was leaving and how long they have left to board the train. And this actually reduces the need for people to rush to the train, so they won't be late because they know the melody from different stations. So some train stations, they use songs by artists from that region or anime song. Okay, firstly, sports team, they're actually being highlighted often, especially places that are near the football or the baseball stadiums. So this features a team chant, and inspiration sometimes also comes from the fictional world. So example for this is the melody of Takada no Baba station, and this taken from the anime series Astro Boy. So here, it actually references the area in the series and whose production company is based there in real life. So insert the short clip here. Another example for this innovation, the train departure melody, is that for the older neighborhood in Tokyo, at Monzen Nakacho, for example, the composer, he has created a traditional Japanese instrument melody because it's suitable for the place there, since there are a lot of like old people living there. And as for the student areas, for example at Waseda station, the composer has made melodies for the younger generation. And as for Shibuya station, the very famous Shibuya station, the melody for this was created based on the uphill journey that it has to take to the next station. Alright, so for the last example for this innovation is at the Kikyu Kawasaki station. So at this station, they actually use a famous song from an artist that was born in that region. For instance, the song Sikuyaki sang by Kyu Sakamoto is being played at this Kikyu Kawasaki station in honor of the Kawasaki born. So you must be thinking like, why does the Japanese invent these type of innovation? Like, why does every station need different melodies? Well, as I said earlier, it's actually to let the commuters know that which train is leaving at which platform, so they know easily, and this would actually reduce the time for them to rush, especially getting to the train. And also, it is to reduce the noise pollution, because in the past, train doors would ring a loud bell, especially when they're closing, and this actually contributes to the noise pollution. So now, instead of that loud bell, they're using and playing their own unique melodies at each stop, which I found is pretty wow. It's a wow factor, and I think Malaysia should do it as well. Now moving on to Ichika's favorite innovation, the first thing he told me is air conditioner. I think all of us cannot live without air conditioner, even in Malaysia, because it's so humid, it's so hot. And he told me that it has the function of dehumidification. So he likes this, and he told me that it matches the Japanese environment, especially during the summer. It tends to be quite hot there, I think hotter than Malaysia, and it will be very humid. So he said that having this air conditioner is a lifesaver because it helps to dehumid it. It has that function, and it is really useful during the summer. And as for the second innovation that he liked is portable rice cooker. So this is actually a useful innovation, especially if you want to bring your own lunch to school or work, and if you want to enjoy hot meals, being prepared. It's fresh, it's hot, it's easy to eat. So what does this device function as is that you can reheat your food using the button function of the rice cooker, and with this function it can deliver a hot made rice. So he actually told me it was quite pricey. He doesn't own it, but he would want to have it someday, and I think it's really useful because it's like cordless. You just use the button. So that is all his favorite innovation. That is all for the Japanese hunt innovation. I hope all of you enjoy the innovation that I have introduced to you so far, and I hope that these innovations are going to be invented in Malaysia soon, so it can make our lives easier. Let's really hope and pray for that. And thank you to my Japanese friends who have introduced me so much of the innovation as well. And I really, really love Japan. I would like to visit here again someday and to get to know their culture. So yeah, thank you so much for listening and watching to my episode of the Chat Hour, which is the Japanese Innovation Hunt. So I will see you at my reflection video because I am the closing for this episode. So editors, please make your transition. When I look back at this entire program, I realized that it was never just about traveling to Japan. It is actually more than that. And it was learning beyond the classroom, beyond the lecture slides, and honestly, beyond what all of us expected. And this trip pushed us to step out, to observe, to talk to people, and really experience things for ourselves. And for me, this journey changed how I see learning, not just as a student, but also as a future teacher as well. And after days of exploring Japan, from observing their daily routines, experiencing their public transport, and also even taking part in the Japanese Innovation Hunt, I started to notice something very important. The Japanese Innovation Hunt wasn't just about completing the tasks or ticking off locations. It made me interact with people, ask questions, and also did some problem solving on the spot and use English naturally in real life situations. And that is when everything started to connect, the culture, the language, and the learning all happening outside of the classroom. And from there, our culture exchange became more meaningful because we are actually using what we learn, especially using English in communicating in our daily life. And I'm glad to experience that and use that as something to connect us with the Japanese students. So before coming to Japan, we actually met our Japanese friends and lecturers through 2 COIL sessions, and they are from the Utsunomiya University. Aside from that, we also met with our Philippine students from the Lapu-Lapu International College University. And meeting them online helped to break the ice, but meeting our Japanese friends face to face in Japan was a completely different experience. Even though we didn't get the chance to meet the students from the Lapu-Lapu International College University in person because they're based in the Philippines, but those sessions actually help us understand different perspectives beyond Malaysia. We get to know how is it like to be as a Philippine student in Philippines, and we get a lot of insights from them through these 2 COIL sessions. And one of the highlight for me was visiting Waseda University. During Miss Noriko's class, we had a group discussion, and we also did some English activities together with the Japanese students. And what surprised me the most was their learning style in the classroom. They use a lot of pen and paper, even when they are university students, and they use like very minimal digital tools, and it felt very different from our IPG experience where learning is mainly based on digital. And that differences have actually made me reflect on how learning is shaped by culture and not just by technology. So before the trip, each of us has prepared like slides about Malaysian culture to share with our Japanese friends and also the lecturers. And I won't lie, it was nerve-wracking at first, but once the sharing started, it turned into real conversation. We exchanged stories, traditions, and everyday experiences that we experience in our own countries. And the Japanese students, they learn so much about Malaysia, and at the same time, we learned so much about Japan as well. And what made it more amazing is that we actually learn it directly from the people, from the Japanese itself. From the Japanese themselves. And one activity I really enjoyed was sharing 5 personal photos. And the photos I shared were of my family, the Malaysian food, my hobbies, and also my IPG journey. And through these simple photos, we stopped being students from different countries and became people with stories to tell, with stories to share with them. And we also got the chance to visit both Waseda University and also Utsunomiya University. And these places felt more than just universities. There were spaces where ideas, cultures, and people came together. And seeing students from different countries and learning side by side made me realize how powerful education can be when it creates spaces for connection, when language becomes a bridge and learning feels more alive and more human. Throughout this journey, English stopped being just a subject we study for exams. It became our shared language. So we use English to communicate, to collaborate, to ask for help, and also to reflect together. And it has helped us to connect with people from different backgrounds and turn unfamiliar faces into friends. And this experience has reminded me that English comes alive when it is used meaningfully. especially in conversations, in laughters, and also in shared moments, not just in classrooms. And during this trip, I have also interviewed some of the students to hear their reflections, and in the next clips, you will hear what they have learned about the culture and communication, confidence, and also their personal growth. And their reflection shows that this program has impacted each of us in different ways. Okay, introduce yourself. So,
Okay, hello. I am Chen Yang.
okay, so Chen, how do you feel after having the program in Japan? Like, how do you feel like right now?
Honestly, I feel very happy out of the sharing session, and also I felt very honored to be here in Japan.
Okay. Okay, next question. What have you learned from our program of student exchange in Japan?
Okay, so if we talk about the part where we were doing sharing, I found out that they have different kind of cultural background and also different type of living experience here rather than in Malaysia. And also, if you talk about the place-wise, the weather here is definitely different,
Yeah.
and we had to wear a lot of clothes. So I mean, for me, the biggest part is the experience here in Japan is very much different than in Malaysia. So you should really check it out.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much.
So please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, it's me Fatih Shamimi and I'm from Tesel I.
Okay, so Fatin, I have two questions for you today. First of all, how do you feel after the 6 days traveling teachers program, Shinkansen of Knowledge program ended? Like, how do you feel right now?
To be honest, I'm quite tired, but after the 6 days, I learned so many things. I'm so happy and satisfied with the opportunity given to me and all of my fellow tripmates. So we got to learn a lot of new things about Japanese cultures. We learned to connect with them. We learned to build social networking with the international students, with local students, and I felt like without this trip, I will not able to get the opportunity.
That's right, that's right. Okay, for the second question, what have you learned throughout this program in Japan?
Okay, so I learned a lot of things. So first of all, I learned that in terms of education, especially in terms of English language, since English is not their second language or the first language, it's a foreign language. So their proficiency levels might be a bit lower than us, but it is understandable because it's a foreign language.
Yeah, yeah.
And I learned that even though they did not have much knowledge or vocabulary wisdom of words
Okay.
compared to us, but I appreciate or I am grateful for the efforts that they put in connecting or communicating with us.
Okay.
I know during the communications, it's quite hard to understand what they say, what they try to share with us, especially their culture.
Yeah.
But I admire that they try to speak even with their accents. They try to say the words.
Yeah.
And then it's our responsibility to actually give them time
Yeah, yeah.
to speak slowly and then to not pressure them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Fatin.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Hello. So introduce yourself, please.
Hello, so my name is Shahira.
Okay, Shahira, I have two questions for you. First of all, how do you feel after having the 6 days program in Japan?
How do I feel? So I feel very, very happy, and of course I feel delighted because I got to learn more about the Japanese culture, especially their culture in education.
Okay. Second question is that what have you learned throughout our 6 days program in Japan?
I keep it short. Okay, what have I learned? Because I'm the one of the chosen students that got to go to the Uday Elementary School. So I learned a lot about the students in the Uday Elementary School. First of all, they are very polite and they are well mannered. They listen to their teachers really, really, really well, and then during my lesson, I did like a short lesson to the Uday Elementary School students. So they are very, very passionate, very eager to learn, and then they're very curious, they're very energetic. So, for example, when I introduce about Malaysia, right, they don't really know a lot about Malaysia actually. It's very like, you know, unfamiliar among them. But then there's like a session about Q&A, then there's a lot, you know, a lot of the students, the elementary students that raise their hand. They want to know a lot about Malaysia. And there's like a particular question that I remember. They asked us why there's like 277 steps. Batu Cave steps. Yeah.
Oh, they actually did their research.
Yeah,
That's
it's like,
interesting.
that's really crazy, right? I never like thought about that. So they thought like maybe there's a significant meaning. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Continue. So that particular student, he thought that maybe there's like a particular or a significant meaning behind the 277 steps to the Batu Cave shrine, right? But actually there's none. But maybe he thought like, why not make it 300?
Yeah, why 277?
He's actually genius.
Yeah, he thinks really deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Aini.
Okay, hi Aini. I have two questions for you today. First of all, how do you feel after having this 6 days program in Japan, the traveling teachers program?
Yes, I feel like I'm actually very satisfied with this trip because at first, my intention going to Japan is like to study more, and I want to have more intercultural exchange, value with our new friends. And then when I come here, I think that I actually got that point. Like for example, when I came here, I was very stunned. I was very stunned by the technology that is here. They are all advanced, and I feel like this is something that we as a Malaysia, and right now Malaysia is moving towards more integrated technology, right? More advanced technology, and they are actually looking up to Japan.
Yes.
And then so right now when I'm in Japan, I can see why Malaysia is making the move towards it. And then number two, why I'm very satisfied is that there's this one dinner that we have in Japan at an Indian restaurant, and then we met a lot of people at that moment. Whenever we are having dinner, people are speaking Japanese, people are speaking like Mandarin, and then some of them also speak in German. And I feel like, wow, that's just a very strong intercultural exchange, and everyone is just sharing their own experiences in education field, that why they are here today, why like for example, there is this one lecturer. She is from New Zealand, and then she came to Japan as a lecturer, and she said that she learned a lot of things here, and it has been about like 8 years something she's been here. And I feel like, oh, how can someone live in the country for such a long time? I mean, like maybe there is at some moment their cultural points met with each other at this country, and then the most important, I mean, like my most favorite part in this trip is like going to school, because I really love to teach kids.
Like era, you went to Uday Elementary School, right?
Yeah, okay. So at the moment when I am actually a bit nervous to meet the kids, because I thought that the Japanese kids, they are very shy. At first they are very shy. I'm quite anxious of it. However, as time goes by, they get very excited, and they actually want to ask so many questions. And I feel like that is very interactive, engaging classroom. And I just like teaching the English things, even though it's just simple. But we know that the Japanese people, English is their foreign language, not their second language. So we understand it totally.
I see.
And then after that, I could say after we have done the teaching part, and then our key person, Miss Noriko. She said that we are good at presentation, and she was very amazed by our second language teaching. And then she said that, oh, you should apply for assistant language teacher here. And I was like, oh, that's so kind.
That is a very good compliment.
Yeah, that is
okay.
a very really good compliment, and the teacher also compliment us as well. So I
Okay.
feel like, oh, that's the biggest point, because like whenever you are in a foreign land and then you are trying to teach English, which is
Yeah.
also your second language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I'm very satisfied with this trip. I hope that there are so many trips that will be more educational soon in our IPG, so that more students will be involved in this intercultural exchange.
I
So
see.
that's all. Thank you.
All right. As this is the final episode of the Chat Hour, it is definitely not the end of the journey, and if anything, it's just the beginning of to many more conversations. And I truly hope that this partnership continues, creating more opportunities for student exchanges, for the student collaborations, and also for shared learning experiences. Because when cultures connect and language becomes a bridge, learning truly comes alive. And to students or whoever that is watching this, if you ever get the chance or being offered to join a program like this, take it, step out of your comfort zone, and it might change how you view the world and how you view yourself. It is a very fun learning experience, and trust me, you will grow and to get to know yourself even more when you are out of your comfort zone. So yeah, I hope you enjoy all of the Chat Hour episodes. We truly pour our heart and soul, tears and our exhaustion in it, and I really hope that in the future there will be more collaboration. So cheers to that, and thank you so much for watching all of our episodes. We truly appreciate that, and thank you for supporting us as well. So yeah, that is all from us, from me. So thank you so much, and I hope this will not be the last time where we will be seeing you.